Welcome back to more new patch games, guys. This is our first semifinal of the KSL that happened yesterday. In the top right, it is DKZ's herO. And in the bottom left, we do have Creator. I believe he's on a team, but I don't remember which one. So, PvP should not have changed all that much. The Protoss changes were underwhelming for the goal of the patch, and I think what the community was kind of hoping for, but to go over some of the ones that would affect this matchup. The Disruptor is more supply. Slightly less of a model, I guess. The Sentry. Its Guardian Shield lasts longer. Upgrades. Upgrades are cheaper. Shield upgrades are cheaper, I should say, specifically. Which, you know, you do see a lot of PvPs go +2 attack into +1 shields as they move over into charge Archon. So, and, the Immortal. No, that's not really. That's more to do with the EMP. No, there's really not that many changes to PvP. And, I certainly think that playing the same PvP will be rewarding. You know, there's going to be a time in which people really figure out what the new things can do. And so they're taking the time to really read into the patch notes and experiment and practice with experimentation will eventually reward them. They'll be, you know, the new meta setter. They'll be adding in some new cheeses and some unexpected playstyles to get some kind of freebie wins, if you will. But there are no such things, I think, available in PvP. So you could probably play this matchup without having read the patch notes and been totally fine playing it as you have played it for the last however many years we've been in this meta. So the Immortal barrier is, in fact, bugged. There are a few bugs, unfortunately. I mean, it's not expected. And the Immortal, I believe... What is the bug? It takes far more damage than it should. It's like, it's more powerful because it's bugged. Someone has got to clarify that. I think that's the way it goes, though. Just kind of give it like a very layman's overview. So we have Stalkers opening for Creator, as he does not proxy. herO is proxying. You know, it is closer to Creator's side of the map, but still pretty close to home. It is a proxy Stargate, and it looks like Creator's... Not gonna find it, just kidding. Too bad, so sad. herO is opening up with the Depths. Very common to be following up with the Stargate afterward, but not a guarantee. So this is not something that Creator can necessarily read into, but it is something he should be wary of. And Creator even accidentally lets the Adepts in. Well, this is not good stuff. This is not good news for Creator. No siree. The Adepts are not going to get a tremendous amount of probes, but considering that any amount suddenly puts herO in the lead, that is bad news indeed. 3-worker lead for herO. He had plenty of scouting to see that there were no shield batteries being placed down, so the Oracle might be licking its lips right now. Creator has gone into a whopping 6 Stalkers as these last 2 come out, but oh no, not again! No, and this is going to be comboed with the Oracle. This is the absolute worst case scenario. The Stalkers do try to body block, and the probes are pulled into the further reinforcing Stalkers, so this is actually handled about as gracefully as possible, but still less than ideal. 4 more probes go down, lost mining time, and the threats of Oracle harassment that could soon become double Oracle harassment is no gusta for Creator. He's not appreciating it. He didn't like it. Look at this. Creator tried to block the Nexus and then used his proxy pylon to warp in, but then was found. So those weakened warping in units were torn down before they could really do anything. And now herO knows his opponent's intention is to basically all in, but off of only a measly 2 gateways. This is not that scary. 2 Oracles further threatening to create a problem for Creator's economy. It already isn't a problem. And herO just has to defend his high ground. And I think he will be able to do it. The lack of shield batteries is a little concerning, but he's got probes to pull. And the shield battery and the main of his mineral line will be helpful. This one will not finish. In fact, no cancel either, but the Oracle decided to come back home. Gonna jump out here. Stalkers warp in for herO. Good focus fire from Creator, but his warp ins, actually off of a 3rd gateway now, are still slow. And, well, now they're completely without defense. Creator just not able to get that critical mass of units, especially as herO had the ability to pull so many probes. He could pull them and lose up to 8 before he really has to worry. And even then, the fact that his double Oracle is still in play heavily encourages the idea that he will do more probe damage in the future. Right? The potential is higher for herO with those oracles. The creator is trying his darndest, man. He's really trying to make this work, but every time... Oh, well, that's awkward. Yeah, okay, herO lost another stalker. I was gonna say every time that he doesn't have high ground vision, that's a problem, but Zealot's leading the charge, tanking a lot of the shots, also much more helpful against the probe pulls. This is good stuff. herO now deciding that his oracle should not have gone across the map, race back home to try and defend, but actually, they probably could have. herO is like, yeah, they probably could have. Let's go across the map again, but this is just turned awkward. He should be doing a tremendous amount of damage to the probe line this entire time, but Creator has been able to warp in just barely enough to create some problems. herO now down to the same worker count as an opponent, and Creator decides that is a good time to recall, and he was not wrong about that. He needed to go back home and defend his probe line. Now, it still is the case that herO has more potential to kill probes than Creator does. So this game, I think, theoretically still favors our blue Protoss. But it has certainly gotten weirder. Thanks, Trigger, for the raid. Twilight Council, faster for herO. He's got technology on his side now in 2 different ways. This creator did just try to all-in off of pure gateway. He is not looking at really any type of mid-game PvP. I don't even know what he could do. I guess it maybe a robo at this point and play really turtle. Will only get you so far in PvP, though. It's not like TvT. And even in TvT, you can't start desperately turtling from one base and hope to recover. Oh my god, my cats are sleeping next to each other. You can't tell because it's being washed out, but that white thing behind Ziggy is Apollo. Yeah. herO probably going to go for his own all-in when Blink is done. His army is pretty much better than Creator's. The shield battery could change power dynamic a little bit, but there is no shield battery. In fact, there's not even a pylon. Creator high ground pylon gave him out the possibility putting a shield battery at least back here, but he never did that. And now he has to still split his army. Still afraid of 2 oracles, because 1 shield battery wouldn't stop it. Which means 3 less stalkers on the front lines. Which means herO actually could start combating right now. Just waiting for his reinforcements, I guess. Proxying the gateway himself. Doesn't look like he needs to wait for Blink to me. Guardian Shield is popped. Force Field gets slapped down to block any further reinforcements. And herO probably just going to be able to overwhelm Creator here at the 8-minute mark. Creator tried his best to turn this game back around after the earlier Adept's mishandles, but not to be so. The probes are pulled not just to fight, but because the oracles came in, by the way. herO will take game number 1 in this best of 3 semifinal. Game number 2 is here. Top left, herO. Bottom right, Creator. Creator having a tough time in the last game. He probably would have been fine if he had blocked the Adepts successfully. Unfortunately, that is still a classic problem in PvP. There's always a chance the game ends within the first 4 minutes because of Adepts getting into the main. Not the best StarCraft you'll see because of that, but considering how often at least the pros stop that from really being a problem, you don't necessarily have all that many complaints about it. I'm sure after that last game, though, Creator's calling a little bit of BS. Stupid Adepts. Stupid Pylon. Stupid Shade. The Creator could do the same thing if he really thinks it's so powerful. Two gateway openers from both sides. The Korean players in particular, not big fans of the natural expansion that, for instance, Max Pax does. In general, most Protosses do not do the fast expand. They tried, and then they were like, can't really do it as good as Max Pax. And then they stopped. We don't really know what's going to happen with the new maps. I'm not even sure how many of the maps have a natural ramp to encourage such an opener. Not that anyone is taking advantage of it. Again, seems like many Prodosses have said I cannot copy max packs. I will not try. And the Koreans almost never really tried. I mean, I think they had their own little phase on the, not last map pool, but the previous one, where there was a lot more experimentation with a lot of one gate expands, but that didn't even last very long in the Korean server. Proxy gateway coming down for Creator. I mean, his all-in, his attempt at revenge almost worked last game. And if this was an Adept opener, then hopefully he would have been able to, one, stop the Adepts from getting into his main this time around, already making the game much better. But then two, also take advantage of the fact that they aren't very good fighting units, right? Bring 3 Stalker warpings at a time to someone who's building 2 Adepts, possibly even 4. Not happening this time around for herO, as he opens up with a very safe macro opener, Stalker Sentry. It's going to give you that Scouts with the hallucination in 10 seconds. And then following up with more Stalker production really is a safe way to open up in PvP. The safest thing that herO could be doing is this plus a shield battery blind, which is exactly what he is going for. So this should work out very well for herO. He sees the 2 Stalkers. That's one thing. There you go. That's what he really wanted to see, was the proxy gateway. Now he knows that he just needs to defend. Well, this turn... Wait, hold on. What happened here? herO, I think, wanted to jump on top of the Stalker reinforcements and then went too far forward, trying to body block the retreats and kind of miscalculating the 3rd unit reinforcing. I feel like that was supposed to go a little better for herO at the end of it. It's a bit of a wash, but still. It's actually less, it's better than a wash for herO because of that shield battery finishing up. Defender's advantage generally kicking in. He is going to be outproduced, but with a shield battery, you can hold on for a little while. And then with the Robo eventually done, the Immortal will rule all. And the shield battery's warranted. Creator not finding very much room. Has not given up on this quite yet. Okay, Nexus is coming down. So kind of. The problem would be his lack of technology. He's gonna race forward, take care of the sentries, except he didn't. Then he retargets on a Stalker, but can't one-shot it. Shield battery overcharge was popped, but I'm not even sure it had to be. I guess so, just to ensure that it wasn't a snowball effect, but a second shield battery was finishing. The Stalkers of Creator were really threatening that big of a snowball, and it was kind of an awkward attempt to do something. Creator had to be clear. I'm not saying he did something wrong necessarily, it did not work out. Shield bat number 1 does go down, but that's why I have a second one. Also, wary of the potential of Adepts, herO has a probe on the high ground, now an Immortal as well, and he is taking care of everything that Creator could possibly throw at him. The Adepts still unsuccessful in their attempt to make it to the main base. There are no probes. No, there are 2 probes, sorry, in the natural to kill, but that is it. He only gets 1, and then loses one of his Adepts, basically 2, as that other one was very, very, very weak. So herO has the Robo technology working for him, already going to be on 2 Immortals, and he is going to counterattack with this. He could follow up with a Warp Prism, exactly what he's doing, and Creator will not have any technology to try and combat this with. He might have a army with a shield battery to try and defend, but it won't be an equivalent army supply. There'll be no change of the supply, Blink versus Immortals, for instance, that could create a more interesting dynamic. It's just numbers to numbers. The only thing that can hold on for Creator is a shield body overcharge, which he has to be very careful not to pop preemptively. Blink has started up, and there's tons of chronos going into it by the sounds of it. Absolutely. Creator does have a significant probe advantage. One thing those Adepts picked up on were, in fact, the lack of probes in the natural. herO maybe could have been stacking a bunch in the main, but that's generally not how it goes. So Creator knows if he can just hold on, he might still be able to win this game, but a supply block at this moment in time is probably the worst thing to happen to Creator. Already down a game, getting the shield battery pounced upon, 2 Immortals still in action, and the Warp Prism is just so audacious. Prepared to micro the Immortals. which apparently, again, the bug here favors the Immortal. The Immortals actually tank more damage. But even without that potential bug influencing the battle, I think we can all agree herO is going to win that no matter what. So GG's, herO with a quick and easy 2-0 to advance to the finals of the KSL.